Hi everyone, it is time for another pattern. We're going to do this one called In and Out Hearts. It looks super complicated if you look at the final result. Look at how pretty that is. I'm going to zoom in onto just one square. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love that. It looks super complicated, and I suppose it could become very complicated if you want to, but it doesn't have to be. And I'm going to unpack this and see how to do it. So the first thing we're going to do is, in pencil, we're going to do a grid. Remember when I did the how to read a pattern, anything that's in green is a pencil. So this is a pencil grid. It's got boxes, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 by 4. Okay. And then inside each box, we're going to divide it in half going this way toward the middle of this bigger box. This bigger box has like an X in it. Do you see that? That's what we're going to do first. And then we need to do the pen in these circles, a little circle in each corner and a bigger one in the middle. Then, next step is going down this vertical. We're going to make a heart shape right here. You see the heart shape? It's just got a curve to it. It's a long skinny with a curve, and it. My Wi-Fi disconnected. That's lovely. So that's the thing. We're going to make that heart shape going vertically and then horizontally. Oops. Then horizontally. There it is, right there. And then we're going to do it again, going diagonally. But this time, instead of going into the middle, we're going to go up into this. We've already filled up around this one. We're going to go out into that point there. And diagonally again, the other way, from the middle out. So these go inward, these come outward. So I guess that's in and out hearts, right? And then in between, we've got us filling in that, and then maybe even making it a little darker right there if we want to, so that this is the final, what it's supposed to look like. There's our inward hearts, our outward hearts, and then a little bit filled in there. You don't have to fill that in if you like it at this point right there. You can absolutely leave it. They've filled it in there, or you can do variations. Rather than doing hearts, you can just do a teardrop shape going inward and outward. But now can you see on this pattern? Here it is. I'm going to do the one big square. Here they are going inwards. These pink ones are the inwards. And then they've just added extra dots. Here's the ones going outwards, and this one they've added some feathering to make it look like a leaf. And then here's that curve, and they've filled that in. So it is that base shape, but then they've added extra bits. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. On this one, it's a little bit different. They've done the ins, the outs, and then this one, this part is different. They've added more of a real leaf looking shape. So these two are the same, and these two are the same. Very, very pretty. Little complicated, but not as bad as it looks once you break it down into its component parts, which is what I love about patterns. So I'm going to do on a nice big page. I'm going to give myself a border. I don't know what size this page is. It may or may not be square. This one happens to be 5.5 by 5.5. Oh, it's square. Okay. So let's do 1/4 of an inch all the way around, right? 3/4 of an inch. How big a border do I want? If I do 3/4 of an inch and then 3/4 of an inch, that'll make it no, let's do half. Let's do 1/4. 1 square, whatever that is. Nice big border. I mean, nice tiny border. Nice big border. Ay, ay, ay. Nice tiny border. Lots of room for our pattern. Right? Does that give us an even number across? Oh, it does. Look at there. Okay, so going this way, I'm going to do that. Don't know how that's going to work out. It's not. Mathematically, that does not work for this page. What will work? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I need 8. One, 2, 3, 4. No, 10 would work. Okay. I don't usually, you guys know I don't usually figure out math on my channel. I don't like to do that. It's not my thing. But I want an even number of squares. So I actually need to do a bigger border. I need a smaller area on the inside of my square. Let's see what that does. Yes, I think. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that didn't work either. I don't want 9. What am I doing? Let's start again. I cannot do math. I just can't do math. Math is not my strong suit. If I want... I was right the first time. Wasn't I? If I want 1/2 inch squares, was right the first time. Ay, 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 I should go with my instincts. If I want 1/2 inch squares, then I need a 1/4 inch border, which equals 1/2 an inch. And since the page is 1/2 an inch, 5.5 inches, that should leave an even 5 inches in the middle. Am I not right thinking that? That leaves an even 5 inches. That's correct. Ay, 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 Dawn. That's correct. Why was I not thinking properly? I don't know. Well, see, that's good thing there's a backside. Then I didn't have to erase. I just... See, you guys are going to get a whole 15 minutes of me just faffing about. Oh well. Maths is not my thing. Okay, each one of those should end up suppose I could have planned this out before you guys got here, but go ahead and fast forward till I'm done. Absolutely. But to me, the whole point of my channel is to show you guys the whole process in real time. Yeah, I could fast forward this bit. Absolutely I could. But then you guys wouldn't know exactly how long it takes from the beginning to the end. And I'm making pretty small squares. But I think because we're actually using 4, I think it'll look fine. I might not do it quite as complex. Matter of fact, I might do the variation in some of the squares. But yeah, this whole first half of this video is going to be just me drawing lines. Okay, I now have a grid. That one's going to go that way. This one's going to go this way. Whoop, not even in the corner. This one's going to go this way, and this one's going to go this way. So the rest of this line is going to follow all the way down here if I'm square, which I seem to be fairly square. Wow, that's unusual. And then that one is there, which means that this one's going this way, this one's going this way. This will help me figure out what angles. These are. So that should go there. And that one should go there. And that one should go there. And this one should go here. Right? Oh, look at there. Actually did that right, I think. And this one should go here. And that one should go there. Yeah, I could have done this freehand. Absolutely. Could have done it freehand, but I didn't. So that one goes that way, and that way, and that way. Like that. Goes here. I'm getting chilly. I may have to turn my heater on. Okay. I did it. Only took me 17 minutes. If you fast forwarded, that's awesome. Glad you're back. So the pattern is going to go into this square here. So that is that. I'm going to keep myself some marks so I pay attention to where each square is. So I'm doing my ins and outs in the right portions. Okay. Little pen. Where's my little pen? O1. I'm going to do an O1. And I need to turn my phone back on because I took so darn long. It disconnected. Okay, so we need one in the middle and one in each corner. Oh, I didn't do this one. One, two, three, four, and five. Just like that through the whole page. Shall I zoom you in a little? Maybe. And the one in the middle. And the one ones in the corners. I've got you so you can't see what I'm doing. And the one in the middle. And then in the corners. And then again, the one in the middle. And the ones in the corners. One more in the middle. And the corners, but I'm going to turn it around because okay, there we go. There's our pattern. I made this really big. I could have made it smaller. I could have done it on a smaller page. I could have made bigger grids to make fewer of these, but I did not. Okay, now let's do our heart shapes, ins and outs. So the first thing we do are heart shapes going in on the verticals. Like that. Oh, I was going to do them, well, maybe I'll do every other row. I seem to have easier time making that shape going downward than upward. That's interesting. But there's that shape. I think I'm just going to do the teardrop on the next row. Okay. And then the heart shape. Have you noticed how quiet I've gotten? That's because this particular pattern has put me into the flow. Have I talked yet about flow? No, I will talk about flow on the next video. And I want teardrops. Yeah, I'll talk about flow on the next video, but when you get into that state of flow, it's when the pattern gets challenging enough. It's not so hard to be frustrating, but it becomes challenging enough to really engage all of your brain. And then I have a hard time talking because my brain is super engaged in what it's doing. And so you really get into the flow. And that happens when I get quiet, is I just did that backwards. Indeed I did. Well, this row is just going to be the opposites then, isn't it? See, I wasn't paying attention. My brain was worrying about what it was trying to say instead of what it was doing. I just did that one backwards. I was supposed to put the inwards toward the middle, but now I'm going outwards. That's all right. Thought it looked funny. Okay, now I'm going to turn it. I'm going to do the opposite here. So I'm going to go because I've done so many of these, I may choose to not complete the entire pattern and leave it at a partly done stage somewhere along the way, just so this video isn't 2 hours long. So I overdid okay. And then this one's going to be the teardroppy shape. Teardroppy shape is much less confusing. If you guys want to try it, I would say try it with the teardrop shape first. I'm having much more success with this shape than with the heart shape. The heart shape is really messing with me. Not that it's difficult to draw, but it seems to be really messing with my mind. So anyway, you notice I'm getting really quiet when I'm doing the hearts. Also decided that I think I've damaged this nib. It's not drawing as smooth as I would like. So I've probably damaged the tip, which is very easy to do on these types of pens, especially this size. This 01 size is very finicky. The 005 size is even worse. I don't usually draw with that one at all. Yeah, I like this shape better. This shape, the teardrop shape and the going toward the middle like this particular shape really speaks to like the Scandinavian heritage portion of me. So I find that fascinating as well. I'm going to do these the way I drew them, which is backwards. I don't know how I'm going to draw these ones though. But it does show you how you can change a pattern. Oh, poop. See? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, well, let's see what that looks like. Let's do them all going the same direction. This last row is just messing with me. But that's okay. Now, zoom out. If you weren't looking at that super close, you might not even notice. You might notice because of they go not inward, but I don't know. I could always just cut a row off, but okay. You could stop here. You could totally stop here, and that would be an interesting pattern. But the next part is to go this way, right, on the diagonals. Like so. That is the next step. Just going to do all these ones first and then turn my page. Yeah. And a teardrop. this one's frustrating me. Just because I didn't do it right. Now what am I going to do with these weird row? I still try to do a heart. Guess so. Like that. And then is this one at an hour yet? Probably close. I feel like I've been drawing forever. This is going to be a long one, and I may not even finish. And it's weird, and it's not making me happy. But that's okay. I am going to persevere just to see what happens. Am I still in frame? I hope so. I can't keep track of everything. It's hard to keep track of drawing and camera angle and pen angle and talking all at the same time. If you think it's easy, try it. It is not. Whew. Shake it out, shake it out. I'm finding myself tensing up, and I'm finding myself hunching over, which both of those things are not good. Not good for my hand, wrist, or my posture. So I need to sit up. I need to relax. Absolutely. If you want to try this one and you are not an advanced user, I would go with the teardrop shape instead of the heart shape. It is just so much better on my head and my brain, you don't even know. I don't know what possessed me to make such an intricate one, to make it so small. But I did, which is fine. But I really am finding that I can't really talk while I'm doing it. Find that fascinating. Okay, so this row is the way the pattern is supposed to go. This row is the way the variation goes. I really like that variation, much better. It just speaks to me. That is too fiddly. I like this more plain. And then this one. This row is just a mess. Don't follow this row. It is weird. Okay. I think I'm going to call this done. Just like that. It's very intricate. And then you're supposed to add another line in there, which I'm just not going to do. I find that this is complicated enough. Maybe if I erase my grid lines, it will feel less claustrophobic to me. So let's try that. That feels better. I'm feeling very crowded. And I drew my lines too dark, my initial lines, so I'm having to push harder to erase, which I also don't like. Because it does lighten your ink, erasing the pencil. Most of the time, I don't have to push this hard though. Okay, there's that. Can you guys find the odd row out? I can. They're not bad. This isn't as bad. I would do this one again, where they all come outward. This is just a mess. But I think that one is a good variation, where they all go outward. But I really like these quite a bit. Anyway, I think I'm going to call this one done. Good enough to show you guys my learning process. I think if I was to do this one again, I for sure would do this variation. And I wouldn't do this on this small of a scale. Scale it up, make it bigger, and do this. 100% for sure, that's what I would do. Let me go on the back here, and just in pencil, I'm going to draw it in pencil really quick. Maybe great big like this. All is one big one. One big 4 square. And I for sure would do the teardrops going inward from this axis and outward from this axis. And I forgot to put the circles at the ends. But I think I would do that. That I think would make a really pretty basis for doing other things. Nice and big like this, and then you could do some feathering. Look at this. See, now this is more fun for me. The creative part of taking a pattern, a base, and doing something else with it. Okay, look how pretty that is. And it stems from the same pattern. That's just too fiddly for me. Just not my thing. I'm okay. I will live. I will put the name on it, whatever it is. In and Out Hearts. I'll sign it. But it's just not my thing. I think technically it's fine. But it's just not my thing. All right, you guys have a great day. I will see you on the next will be a lesson, and then after that on Monday will be a pattern, and I will see you then. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.